from downtown to the northwest suburbs to drop off groceries, snacks, and a couple little craft ideas to my children, which is not enough. As I've said hundreds of thousands of times, I'm their mother. They are my only responsibility, God-given, and they continue to interfere with my ability to parent my children. Who is they? I wish I could tell you. Whoever's responsible for the influx of messages, threats, in-person assaults, per law enforcement, my custody agreement is not able to be enforced because they, by policy, don't enter the home of the other parent. If it's a joint custody situation, I would need to subpoena him back to court, which I've tried 5 times, and get in front of a judge, and then the judge would either hold him in contempt or do nothing, depending on, if he showed up. In order to have him held in contempt, it would need to be proven that he could not follow the court order for some, good reason, and that he was not dodging the subpoena and the summons, that he was simply not receiving them. Now, when he knows my phone number, it leads you to believe that there's something else going on. The same situation has been going on with the big kids, except I can see them very, very briefly. I give them groceries. Prior to this year, it was not like that. So I've been displaced from my home since January of 2020. Prior to that, the children lived with me full time in my custody and care 4 or 5 days out of 7 all day long. Regular mom things. I stayed home Monday through Thursday. I worked Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And I was able to support my household with that income. Since that time in 2020, I do all of these creative projects and continue to evolve my art because I feel like I'm being held in bondage, not like the sex bondage, but like when I speak, my words fall on deaf ears or ears that are not willing to act. When I act, my actions are diverted, covered up, or misperceived. And what do I mean by that? I just wrote something in my notes today. I think it's a good tool for myself. By the way, we're right now in Portage Park. So we spent one night here last night, and then the night before we spent here. We arrived very, very late. River Grove. Police moved us around after I dropped off groceries to my children. I was exhausted. We've probably walked, I'd say, close to 30 miles in the last 5 days. I'm 26 weeks and a few days pregnant. That's 6 months. And I'm still actively being denied regular medical care. I went to First Community with the orders that Tasha Jenkins wrote for me. And they said they don't run that type of lab work there. Northwestern said the same thing. So it's apparently some sort of vaginal swab to test for genetic issues. That doesn't even make sense. Outpatient labs don't run vaginal swabs on patients. She told me they were blood lab work, complete second trimester workup. I waited and waited. No phlebotomist ever came out at First Community. And then about an hour after we checked in, they came out and said, we don't have the capacity to run those tests here. So I'm going to try, I guess, Swedish Covenant, but that's far. It's a far walk, and I'm exhausted, you guys. I am tired. On top of that, my children are out here, I believe. Alexis has been, not outside, but out in this area, or farther west. So it's incredibly discouraging to me when I feel like anytime I get an extra couple dollars, I just want to go bring them snacks or say hi to them or give them a hug. But that I can't because I keep getting manhandled back east, and sent back in that direction. It's just very frustrating. I don't want to sleep in a fucking tent on the floor with cement underneath me. I'm Heather Gillespie. I have a production company. I've been successful in numerous different business endeavors. I know how to sell. I know how to sell with morals and ethics. I know how to sell anything from fashion, to makeup, to medical equipment and things of that nature. So I don't know what's going on. Also, if you guys know me from my brief appearance on the reality show, that's nothing of truth at all. That period of my life was completely misconstrued.